theoretically there's a risk that the vaccines could cause their own problems or make it worse potentially, just because we don't have enough information to really know.
We don't know what the long-term effects are going to be, either from the infection or from the vaccine. Just because you had a vaccine in the past, it doesn't mean that your reaction to an infection from the same virus had to be different, more severe than what you would expect if you didn't have a vaccine.
If I'm afraid of vaccines and what they might do to my body long term, I mean, is there any validity to my fears here?
The way this virus is spreading is probably going to end up affecting 80% of the population. So one way or another, you're going to get it, right? Chances are, unless you live in a remote island, right, or live in very isolated conditions, chances are that most people are going to get it. What you're going to get from the vaccine is nothing different from what, in the worst case scenario, is nothing different from what you will get from the virus itself at an immunological level.
Okay.
Without the pneumonia, without the direct organ damage, without the potential permanent damage to your heart and to your lungs, right?
Right. So the worst thing that the protein of the mRNA vaccine could do is cause an autoimmune response.
Is to, if the spike protein is responsible for causing autoimmune reactions, by using the spike protein, you might have an increased risk of having immune reactions.
But you would definitely get that from the virus itself anyway.
Yes, and probably worse, because you will be infected by an organism that not only is going to trigger your immune system, but is also going to create specific damage to the cells
in order to replicate.
In order to replicate, and the immune reaction could be actually due to the fact that when a virus replicates into a cell, then the cell explodes and releases into the environment everything that was inside that the virus didn't use. So the immune reaction might be due to the body not recognizing the virus and therefore getting already excited, and then starting not recognizing things that get released by the cell and start reacting against itself. We don't, again, at the moment, we don't know enough whether those immune or autoimmune reactions are due to the whole virus or the interaction of the virus with the cellular environment, or they are particularly specific to a viral activity.
What about my natural immunity? What about my body, just making sure my body is healthy enough to deal with whatever's coming down the line here?
Yeah, I mean, that's always a good idea. I think that anyone that doesn't look after their immune system right now is a fool, because we are during a pandemic and you should be looking after your immune system. But to say that by looking after your immune system you're going to avoid the infection, that's also foolish, because viruses have been attacking people with very healthy immune systems. There are athletes that had mild forms of COVID, but now they're living with a permanent heart damage. They might not ever be an athlete again, and certainly not ever perform to the same standard again. 10% of the people that get the infection have long-term effects, and for some of these people, the effects might be permanent.
Right.
So it is foolish to say, oh, if I have a mild infection, I'm out of the woods. That's also a misunderstanding about the virus. This is not a flu virus. This is not a cold virus. This is not even the bird flu virus. This is a virus that causes significant and pervasive damage by binding to specific structures in the body very specifically and in a way that not many other viruses do.